All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
All right, shalom, brothers and sisters in this truth. I'm your brother, Mr. LJ, coming to you again with another lesson. Lord willing, this will be edifying to those of you who are tuning in. And beautiful camp yesterday out in San Jose. Really brought it out there, and hopefully get to upload it on the main channels when those strike are removed from my channels that I have out there. But today I actually want to go into something that that me and of course a lot of the other brothers out there, elders, apostles, brothers, teachers out there, we see this all the time with our people having this spirit of mirth here in Great Babylon. And in particular, who I notice this mirth is coming from is the female, okay, the Eve, okay. Seem to have this mirth here. Now, I'll go into this picture a little bit later here, but I want to bring out Proverbs chapter 1, and it says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to receive the words of understanding, to receive the instructions of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. And this is what we have been getting from the elders, teachers, and brothers and prophets from Great Millstone, and the other brothers out there who are teaching in the likewise manner of Great Millstone, which is the true 100% truth that's being prophesied right now here in Great Babylon and across the world. Continuing, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. To understand a proverb and interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings, which of course the elders and the prophets, who've been in this ministry for extensive time, 5, maybe 10, 15 years or 30 years or even more. Of course, they have that deep understanding which they teach the rest of us who are right now developing into becoming those future leaders or those future elders. Continuing, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And no matter how much time we go out there, whether you bring out the milk scriptures, or whether you bring out the advanced ones, whether you go there as an individual, whether you go there as a camp, with 10 individuals, Jake and Eve still come up and all they do is scoff, physically threaten the elders, the apostles, and the brothers who are bringing out this truth, and it's for their own good. But yet still they're deeply involved in this shadow under Esau, okay? And we're going to go into that and see where that's going to be the demise of these 2/3, okay? Continuing, my son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains around thy neck. We should be carrying this truth with us at all times. We should be thinking constantly about this. Everything you look at a headline, it's just not the way CNN or MSNBC is saying it. We look deeper into it. We look and we bring out what they're not saying. Because why? This whole entire kingdom is based on a snare. Everything around us is based on a snare. They're trying to capture you. Okay? Right now, a couple of weeks ago, they just bragged about the fact that they've got the 2/3. Basically, that's what they're saying. These threats and these mandates are working. Okay? So who do you think they want to come after next? They're going to use snare to try to come after us, okay? And because we carry this constantly around in our head, and have the spirit in us, and it's on our mind constantly, okay, to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, we're not gonna fall for any of their trickery and their snares, okay? Continuing, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Be separate. It's not even think about. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as a grave and whole, and those that go down into the pit. The pit here is hell, okay? Getting involved in Esau's life, as you can see here with this picture here with this Megan Thee Stallion here. This is like, the epitome of success here is to be, posing, on Time magazine, and you made it, girl, okay? And all the other things, the way Esau come at you, you want to be a sodomite. You could be a sodomite. You can be a wicked, murderer. You could be a wicked murderer as long as you are doing what Esau deems as part of his great, I call it the Peter Pan land there. Never land. Okay, continuing. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole, and those that go down in the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our house with spoil. So it's always, they charming you with money, fame, women, men, just worldly goods, I mean, closing your eyes to the truth, the fact that all of this is going to be destroyed. It's going to go away. Okay? Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their part. Okay? For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. And that's all it ends up being, like that. We do not follow what the so-called white man says. Okay? You can come up with 100 mandates. You can come up with whatever threats you want. At the end of the doggone day, the hopefully elect is going to ignore you. And that's just all there is to it. Okay? We're designed that way. Okay, let's go into the book of Second Ezra here, and it says, Second Ezra 16, verse 69, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under feet. Now, let's take a look at the word reproach. And the word reproach means address someone in such a way as to express disapproval and disappointment. Now, keep that in mind, okay? And let's take a look at the word derision. And the word derision, it means contemptuous, ridicule, or mockery. Now, this is the two-third that goes along with this queendom here. Now, I see it all the time. You see an Eve, riding a nice car, or even a Jake, they bow down to the mandate. They continue to roll with their career. I know guys who are in the service. They are continuing on with that. And found themselves actually going into positions that they normally wouldn't have gotten if the Edomite, had not decided to go against the mandate in the service. And you see now, at this time right now, Jake has more opportunities right now in corporate America and these jobs than any other time in history. And do you know why? It's because a lot of the people that are resisting the mandates are, in fact, the Edomites. Okay? This is why you're going to have that Egyptians against Egyptians, because these Edomites who are going to suddenly become really poor are going to get really pissed. And there's going to be this class war, which is going to go between these Edomites. Okay? Now, what Jake doesn't understand is this. You've got to understand Esau. Now, let me bring this story up to you here. This story came through Mysteries of the Kingdom trilogy. Brought the story up. The brother Amaran up there brought the story up. And actually, I think Yahweh the Maccabees 144 House of David brought the story up. So this old Edomite, a couple weeks ago, was dying, and on her deathbed, she revealed to an Eve who was taking care of, changing her shitty panties and all that crap like that. You know how they do in those homes. And she revealed to her that when she was a child, that she was the cause of a 10-year-old black boy being lynched. And so she tells the story, and the story was that she had seen this black girl who happens to be the sister of this boy, wearing this really nice, pretty dress. And she didn't like it because she didn't have a good dress. Now, so she must have been like, one of these poor Edomites, one of these poor whites, but she saw like this black girl has a nice dress that she didn't have. Now, she don't know the background story of that. Maybe they spent, all their money, spent a whole lot of money or save up for months to get that little dress for that girl. Okay. But she didn't see it that way. She got jealous. How can a nigger girl have a nicer dress than her? So she cock up the story, tells her parents that the little boy, the brother of this girl, had touched her inappropriately. So, we're talking like back, I think, in the 1940s or whatever the case like that. They got out there, they sent a lynch mob out there, they burned the family's house down, they took the little boy out there, they beat his ass, and then they turned around and they lynched him. A 10-year-old boy for nothing. And she stood there and she watched that. Now, this is reason why we know that these people are wicked. Because if you're 10 years old and you know that's going to happen, and you stood there to watch a 10-year-old, a little child like yourself be killed, that tells that they are wicked. They're wicked from the womb. So there's no excuse for Jake to trust these people, but yet still they're joining hand in hand with them. Okay. So now the story continues on like that. They lynched the little boy, and she goes on with her life to live on until she becomes this old wicked ass cracker where she is right now, where she's dying, and she tells a story. Well, it makes no damn difference. And Lord willing, she will be reincarnated immediately and get really fucked in her ass okay, and hopefully by Jake, a wicked ass AIDS carrying Jake, when she's about 3 or 4 or 5 years old. Maybe she's in a park or something like that. Hopefully that actually happens, so that she's reincarnated just before America is destroyed and get raped for real, okay? So that she could get her recompense and then come back into slavery. All right. So that being said, these Jakes that are consent, it says, listen to this, 2nd Ezra 16 and 69 says, and they that consent unto them shall be in derision and in reproach and trodden under feet. Do you really believe? Because you bow down to the mandate and you have your job, and Esau didn't bow down to it and all that stuff, because they're not going to bow down to another so-called white man telling them what to do, and they have rights and all this other stuff like that. Do you really think that they're going to see you driving your nice car, walking into your house, buying food, have nice clothes on, and just going to just smile and say, oh, well, that's good for those Negroes like that? No, they're going to follow you and they're going to kill you. And this is part of the judgment that Yahawashi is going to allow to happen to you damn 2/3. You sellouts, you traitors, you cowards, you weaklings, okay, who bow down to the so-called white man rather than staying faithful and die with honor for your king, who was put to death from hanging, who was lynched and put to death. He went through all that trouble to save you, and you're gonna turn around and be a coward and worship the so-called white man, okay, just to have a little job when you could just die tomorrow, okay? So he's gonna put that spirit into these doggone these destituted friggin' Edomites to kill you in your car, hold you by gunpoint, shoot your ass, stab you to death, rob your house, burn your house, and do all kinds of nasty shit to you like that. It's not gonna go down that way. Because guess what? Like I told you that story, that little Edomite bitch, who's that old cracker who was laying down there dying, who wanted to get it off her chest, which makes no difference. You're still a wicked bitch. All right. Shows that what? She said she was jealous. And that is Esau. That has been the war between Esau and Jacob. It's jealousy. Esau is jealous of Jacob. Why? Because Jacob is going to inherit the kingdom. And he knows what comes with that. That's exceeding luxury, perfect body, never dying, never getting old, never getting sick. And you really get to enjoy what Yahawashi created, okay, in all of his glory, which is the entire universe. All right. So Megan Thee Stallion, Tara G. P. Henson, who wrote this article for Time and all that stuff like that, enjoy yourself right now, because all of this is going to come to naught and you're going to be running for your damn lives from Esau. Let me close out here with Isaiah 13 and 15. And it says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All Esau is marked for death by Yahawashi. Esau is marked for death. The prophets who are right now teaching are going to become the hunters who are going to hunt these doggone damn devils, no matter where they hide, in the cave, boats, it doesn't matter, under the ocean, whatever the case like that. And they will be put into slavery and to death. And they're going to get double. And we can go on and on exactly, and we have a great imagination of exactly how what Esau's life is going to be like that. And the apostles and elders and brothers bring it out all the time with the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, and the fact that Esau's hell is going to be a hell of a lot more worse than our hell. They will not have any mercy. Okay, so that's what I wanted to bring out here, because this mirth that's going on here needs to stop. But these 2/3 are not going to do it, because why? These 2/3 are the ones that are set up to join with Esau and also to fall by the sword. Okay, when you look at it, it makes more room for us. So hopefully that on the ships, when those angels go and gather they lack from across the four corners of the earth. All right. So with that, I'd like to close out and give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the teachers, elders, brothers from Great Millstone, and to you brothers out there that are putting out this truth fearlessly, and to you brothers and sisters that are tuning in. Shalom, DTA and Abal Babal, stay in this truth.